Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel. Happy Monday, everyone. So that means that today's video is, that's right, a Ministry Monday edition. And so as you can tell by the title, you already know what we're talking about. So come on, let's go. It is Ministry Monday. Because I'm realizing, oh, it's not, if I'm happy, I am both. But the reality is, and that's been very powerful again in my own healing. So today I've been tasked with talking about the subject matter consistency. So we all know how important consistency is in our lives. And if we don't, here's an idea. If we are going to be successful at whatever it is that the Lord has called us to do, or that we want to do, or that we have desires in our heart to do, consistency is always going to be key. And it is always going to be very important to learn consistency in order to be successful. And it's literally something that I've had to learn in my journey and in my walk with Christ as well. And it's something that the Lord had to work with me on as well. I remember when the Lord gave me, an assignment. The Lord gave me an assignment to do some time ago. And of course, I'm not gonna lie, when I first got the task to do it, of course, I was like, my first emotion was shock, because I was like, wait, you want me to do what, God? Wait, you want me to do what, Lord? But once the shock wore off, I decided, okay, you know what? I'm going to work with what the Lord has given me, and I'm going to go ahead and do what the Lord has asked me to do and has given me the assignment to do. So then I started coming up with all of these ideas. So then that's when I began my planning phase. And I got my little notepad, my pen, and I started writing down a whole bunch of ideas and ways in which I could execute this assignment that the Lord had given to me. And so I got my notes and everything down, and got everything, got my ideas down on paper, and was like excited to just run ahead and go ahead and do it, right? But then once I started the work, like once I jumped in, like planning and brainstorming was one thing, but once I jumped in and like started to do what I was supposed to be doing, or what I had laid out and planned out to do, I kind of just got to a point where I was like, okay. Then I found myself falling back from it, right? And so when I fell back from it, it was like, okay, and one thing about the Lord's calling, okay, is it's irrevocable. So the Lord does not, when the Lord calls you to something, or when the Lord purposes you for something, He doesn't take it back. So whether you fall back or fall off, the Lord is still there, because just like with me, the Lord was still there to say to me, even though I had said, the Lord was like, no, this is still your task. And so then I'm like, okay. So then I went back to the drawing board, went back to the brainstorming, got some other things together, excited about that. And then I would run ahead again. But then I would hit this wall again, and I would say, So I found myself, and it became a cycle. It honestly just became a cycle. And so I found myself hitting this wall with doing the things, with getting to the place that the Lord wanted me to be in and to be at. But I just kept hitting this wall. And I didn't understand at first what in the world was going on. All I know is that I just kept getting a passion for it, and then I would fall back from it. And I would get it again, because it wouldn't leave me alone. So again, the Lord's calling is irrevocable. He doesn't take it back. So I kept finding myself in this cycle of doing and then not doing. Okay, doing and then especially when you don't get what you think you ought to get. Like, you may not get the response you think you ought to get, or you think that you might not get a particular feeling that you thought that you might have, because, hey, the Lord called me to this, so I should be excited about it, right? And again, I just kept hitting this wall. Around that time is when the Lord called me to fasting more often. And I shared that with you guys, my journey and how that goes for me and how that's been going for me since last year. And so around that time, that's when the Lord called me to fast more often, and that once a month. And so when I kept hitting that wall, but thanks be to God for fasting and committing myself to that task of fasting very often, because that when I fast, it's like that fasting started giving me clarity. Eventually, I realized what was happening. And so I was being inconsistent with what the Lord gave me to do, the assignment that the Lord was giving me to do. But I didn't understand, like, okay, Lord, what is it that you want from me? Like, because I don't understand. What I realized was happening once I got clarity, once I was getting clarity on it, what I realized was happening was that I was excited about this task, but I had not committed myself to being consistent with it. And see, I realized here's what the Lord really wants from us. What the Lord really wanted from me was for me to choose consistency over excitement. Did y'all catch that? Because see, here's the thing. Excitement will only take you so far. And that was what was happening to me in the process of all of this, was that I would get excited about it, brainstorm, write all my pretty ideas down, and figure out, oh, this is how I'm going to execute it. But then, like, after a while, it's like, So the excitement runs out. So whatever it is that you're doing, know that the excitement can only take you so far. And so what I had to understand, what that the Lord wanted from me, was for me to choose to be consistent over being excited. Eventually, I started realizing, oh, that's that wall I was hitting. That wall I was hitting was a wall of excitement that would only get me so far. And then I had to make a decision. I had to make a choice to be consistent, to follow through, even after the excitement has worn off, even after the joy of knowing that the Lord has given you something to do. After that has worn off, I had to learn that after that excitement of that has worn off, I have to just keep going, and I have to do it. And so that's what I began to do. That's exactly what I began to do. I began to choose consistency, and I began to say, and so something just clicked in my head and in my heart, and all of a sudden my head and my heart got on the same wavelength, and all of a sudden I just started saying to myself, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna just do it. I'm just gonna do this thing. You know what? I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do it. And so then what I learned from that, and this is a very important point about consistency that I've learned, that consistency causes roots to grow. What I realized after a while of just doing, regardless of, oh, I feel good about this today, and I don't feel so good about it today. Well, I feel up here today, and I feel down here today. Without all of those feelings, I just made a decision, do it. So I made a decision to do it. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. Every day I got up, I started getting up, and I just started doing it. And so then the beautiful thing, the beautiful fruit that came out of that, or that emerged from that, was that I realized after a while that my roots had really, my consistency had started causing roots to grow deep. Like I started realizing that, you know what, I can do things regardless of how I feel. Because here's the thing, I could be excited about something today and not excited about it tomorrow. I could be gung-ho about it today and then in the gutter thinking about it tomorrow. But what I realized, the beautiful thing that I realized with just keep doing it, was that it was causing my roots to grow deep and causing me to understand that, hey, I can do this thing regardless of how I feel. I can go forward and do things regardless of how I feel. So that's one of the beautiful things about consistency. right? And so as we learn more and more to choose consistency over excitement, it's going to cause our roots to grow real deep. And it's going to cause our hearts to understand what the Lord wants from us. And He wants consistency. He wants us to choose consistency over excitement, over all things that we do. That is what will help us to be successful. The second lesson that the Lord showed me about concerning consistency was that consistency is directly linked to discipline. Yeah, it's true. So I'll say this. This is what the Lord gave me. This is what the Lord helped me to understand in the midst of me going through what I had to go through in order to learn this thing, right? If you desire, or if you have ever desired, or if you desire to become a disciplined person in any area of life, regardless of what it is, you desire to become disciplined, develop some serious consistency. Discipline is simply the ability to do in spite of. And if you think about it, consistency is the same thing. It's the same thing. So if you've ever desired to become a disciplined person in some area of your life, whether that be mentally, whether that be spiritually, or whether that be physically, you're going to have to develop consistency, because consistency is the key. It really is, y'all. It's the key that unlocks a lot of things. Abound, abide, steadfast, immovable. These are biblical terms. All of those things are biblical terms, and they're also biblical requests, okay, that the Lord has made for us, and God has made for us. These are requests for us. These are the things that the Lord wants from us. These are the things that the Lord wants us to be able to do, right? And if we're going to be successful in whatever it is that the Lord has called us to, whatever work you feel that the Lord has called you to, you're going to have to learn to abound. You're going to have to learn to abide, which means to just simply mean stay. Just stay right there. The Lord himself said, abide in me. He requests us to abide in me, abide in him, which means stay in me. And so if you think about it, that's how consistency plays itself out. We must stay, right? And we can't fall off. We can't back off. We cannot continue to do that if we are going to be successful. We just can't. And success meaning being able to do what the Lord has called you to do, and to do it well. And that's the idea. That's even the idea behind consistency, is to stay, to abide, to abound, right? And to be steadfast and immovable. That's what the word tells us that we need to be doing, is to be steadfast, right? To keep doing. And immovable from our position, right? Not moving from the call. We have to understand what it means to not move from that call. And so today, you guys, I really just pray that you will allow consistency to kick in. And I pray that whatever it is that you're seeking, whatever it is that you're after, whatever it is that you are purposed here to do, and even in your walk, I pray, it is my prayer today that the Lord will help give you consistency, because trust and believe, I know that consistency is going to be the key to success. All right, you guys, I pray that something that was said in today's video was helpful. I pray that you were blessed. I pray that you have a takeaway. So if you're new to our channel, I want to welcome you and invite you right now to go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there so that you can come back and see the things that we like to do on this channel. And of course, I hope and I pray that you guys have a very blessed week. And I'm going to leave you with what I always leave you guys with on my Ministry Mondays. And that is, I pray that the Lord will meet you wherever it is that you are. And I pray that you will allow him to bring you up to where you need to be. Guys, have a blessed week. I love you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.